Hey everybody. So I'm gonna do a quick update video. Not too much to update on, I guess, transition wise. I'm 3 years on testosterone today, so that's a good thing. Um, I'm about a year and 3 or 4 months post-op for my chest. I like it, looks great. Um, I could use a little bit more fat or muscle actually in my pecs because she took a lot out and I can't work out. So sometimes it kind of like looks a little weird to me, but just really aesthetics wise that I would get that fixed. Um, and I know that family and friends that have obviously talked to me on a regular basis or follow me on here, whatever, um, know that I have been going through dizzy spells. I've been experiencing vertigo on and off since right after I lost my dad about 4 years ago, and I kind of just I was able to function on a day-to-day basis. And last May, it got to a point where I missed graduation, although I still graduated with my associate's degree. I had to stop working. Um, it was a tough time, and I couldn't figure out what it was. It was like a constant feeling of imbalance, being off balance. Not always dizzy, but sometimes I'm dizzy. Um, Most of the time it would go away after a few seconds. Uh, I only get very few spells where I have to sleep it off. So I went to a couple different ENTs. They couldn't really help me. So they sent me to Hopkins, to an otolaryngologist. So there's an office with a bunch of these doctors downtown. Um, and I went March 28th, saw a doctor, but prior to the doctor, I did three different tests. Tests that I've done with my ears before, hearing test, and vent test, where they put air inside your ears and measure some things. And then I did like a light test where I follow the light back and forth. Anyways, so after I did these tests, I saw the doctor immediately after. I spent like 5 hours downtown, and I suffer from vestibular migraines. Now, when people say migraines, they automatically think headaches, but actually, a migraine can be many different things, and a headache is just a symptom of a migraine. So, with vestibular migraines, I don't get headaches, I get the dizzy spells. And the test showed that I had lost complete function in my left inner ear, so I can still hear, but the thing that communicates with my brain to keep me balanced, I guess. I've lost function in. It could have happened during one of my big dizzy spells in the past. It did happen at least a year or so ago, so that could have been what triggered it last May to get worse. So I'm on a new diet, and actually a lot of triggers come from the foods that you eat, which I didn't know. I really thought it was just a hoax, but it's not, because I have changed my diet and I have seen a slight improvement, I guess. The past few days I've been really off, but I think it's because of stuff that I ate on Sunday. I'm not really sure. So I'm going to do this diet for 2 months, go back, see the doctor, see where we're at. Um, so this is the first time I'm sharing this, publicly on Facebook. 'Cause it's been taking me a lot to cope with it, I guess. Because I'm glad to finally have answers, but it sends my anxiety through the roof because I'm afraid to leave the house because I'm afraid I'm gonna get dizzy or whatever. And so it's just taken me a little while to get adjusted to this and really come to terms with it. And so I'm dealing with that. Tomorrow I have a consult for a total hysterectomy and an oophorectomy, um, which would mean ovaries, cervix, everything would come out. Just so I don't have to go through these exams every year. I had an exam a few weeks ago, and let's leave it at it was very uncomfortable. Me taking the testosterone had changed some things in that area, so it was difficult. Um, so yeah, if anybody has had a hysterectomy, being a trans man, and you want to reach out to me and, you know, give me some insight, that'd be great, because I've only talked to a handful of people, and I'm a little nervous, and I'll talk to the doctor tomorrow about it. But yeah, I mean, beard's still growing strong. Um, Acne is not too bad. Uh, I have days where I'm just greasier than normal. Um, if it looks dark, it's because I'm blocking the sunlight here. Uh, so yeah, I mean, that's really it. There's not much going on the transition front. The hysterectomy, oophorectomy will be my last transition related surgery, unless I do anything else with my chest, which I'm not really sure on yet. I have the option to, but insurance obviously doesn't cover it, so I'd have to come up with the money. Um, Other than that, I mean, you know, I'm always open for questions if anybody has any. I will be going to speak at Stevenson again for Dr. Kate Thomas's classes on April 20th. It's something I do every semester. In the fall, I do one class, and in the spring, I do two classes back to back. This will be the first time my mom's seeing me speak publicly ever, so I'm pretty excited about that. Um, she's really looking forward to it, and I'm really looking forward to her maybe learning about, you know, some of the other people that join us and talk, because we have some trans women that come as well. Um, so I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, if anybody has any questions transition related, or if you have any questions to the vestibular migraines, you can ask. But I'm just now learning about it as well, so you know, if anybody else has heard of it and, you know, wants to talk to me, that'd be great. All right, so this is me, 3 years on testosterone.